What's up, everybody? My name is Nicky. Welcome back to a brand new video. And today, I and Professor Maple, we kind of wanted to make a new Mega Evolution for the series that we kind of wanted to make for a very long time, because the Pokemon's very underrated. Like, it's a Pokemon that I don't think a lot of people care about. And I mean, there's no Mega Evolution art anywhere online of it, so we were like, hey, let's make our very own. This is our obviously sarcasm, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing Mega Flygon. The Pokemon that Game Freak themselves have said, yeah, we scrapped the design for a Mega form for this thing.
It looks great!
It's trash, bro.
So, what if me and Professor Maple do one? Before we head into the actual full design and whatever, right, the Pokedex entry, the new stats and all that stuff, we made a decision pretty early on in the design making of this to not give it the bug typing. Oh, but Nicky, that doesn't make any sense. Flygon is based off of a dragonfly. You are correct. It is based off of a dragonfly. Actually, it is based off of a antlion. Dragonfly specifically. So as much as this is a hard decision for us to, not put the bug typing to it, we put a lot more emphasis on the ground typing in this design and also the dragon typing. So to simply put, it makes a lot more sense as well, since again, these actual animals that they're based off of are mainly, ground based creatures. Yeah. Their larvae specifically have like this weird like hole thing. It's like a hole thing. Put like an image on the screen of like what the sand pit trap is. It's really cool. So they're very dirt and sand based creatures. And of course we kept the dragon typing because, well, Flygon in general looks pretty draconic, and changing it to make it more like a bug makes zero sense, honestly. So as much as it would be cool to make a bug dragon type, shoutouts, Mega Yanmega could potentially happen. I wish Mega Yanmega existed. That being said, though, you know the drill, baby. Flygon, by the power of evolution, to go further beyond Mega Evolve. God, can I just say, this Mega form is so fucking insane. I adore Mega Flygon, and at least this design as well. It makes it look so much more primal and so much more cooler. And especially that shiny. That shiny is fucking gnarly and bonkers. As you can see here, it has two wings almost representing a proper dragonfly. And it has a little more fur representing, of course, the more draconic style, the more primal stage of this Pokemon. And as you can see, there is a little bit of armor. We'll get into that with the Pokedex entry. Its Pokedex entry states, the desert spirit has become a protector of the land. It uses the sand and dirt around it to make its armor a lot more stronger. Without that dirt, this armor will eventually fall down. Also, I need to stop and say it again. I fucking love the shiny of this Pokemon. You guys better love that shiny. Like and subscribe for that shiny Flygon. Let's dive in to the stats now, because I know you guys are intrigued of what stats we gave it. So regular Flygon stats are very interesting in their own rights. They're not bad, but they're also not very good. And again, we're giving this thing a boost of 100, so its total base stat total will be 620. We gave it 80 HP, so kept it pretty much the same. Attack of 120, defense of 110, special attack of 80, special defense of 110, and speed of 120. Which makes a whole lot of sense. This Pokemon's gonna be a little more faster in the sand, especially that, it is a better version of Flygon. But also, it is a lot more defensive, as stated in the Pokedex entry, where it grabs sand or dirt around it and just covers it up to give its armor a lot more, a lot more shine and a lot more, resistance. And we give it just a little more attack, just so that I can actually just, hit a lot more harder on the physical side. We didn't move anything on its special attack. Now, I know that might be a little bit sad for some people. I was maybe wanting to give it, the mix attacker feel. Even though it would make a lot of sense, I decided alternatively to give it just more attack, because, hey, why not? Plus, giving it more defense makes a whole lot of sense for a Pokemon with a crazy Pokedex entry like this one. And also, I just want to say this. He saves a little Diglett. He's adorable. So he better be fucking defensive. Now for its ability. Now, I know some Mega Evolutions could, keep their original abilities from their regular forms. Like Tyranitar, for example, keeps Sandstream when it Mega Evolves. Now, I was very hesitant to, keep Levitate on Mega Flygon. The thing is that as much as it makes a lot of sense for Mega Flygon to keep Levitate, I think there is a better option for Flygon. In fact, there is a way better thing for Mega Flygon specifically, and would make a whole lot more sense for this Pokemon. It has gained the ability Earth Eater. The only other Pokemon that has that ability is Earthworm, which is fucking hilarious to say the least. So if you don't know what this does, it basically heals the Pokemon up every time it gets hit by a ground type move, which again makes a whole lot of sense considering that its Pokedex entry states that it uses, sand and or dirt or anything that is ground related as a sort of, helper for its armor. So why not make it heal itself at the same time? It would make a whole lot of sense for a Pokemon like Mega Flygon. That still means that it's immune to ground in some sense. And yeah, I know it's no Levitate, but it's basically better than Levitate. And with those defensive stats and that pretty solid HP, I think you can actually be very, very, very good. It counters a lot of, common ground type Pokemon, like Landorus, for example, both Therian and Incarnate. It actually counters a lot of other, really impressive ground type Pokemon that you can see elsewhere, or Pokemon that have ground type moves that can deal a lot of damage, which is really, really important. Now, again, when you're looking back at the stats and you're looking back at the ability, this Pokemon is very impressively good. Now, it doesn't, outspeed, very major Pokemon, but it does have a pretty solid speed and would function very well in, various forms of sand teams, or it can actually be its own independent Pokemon that can maybe just yoink in Earthquake, pairing up with Earthworm itself to basically just do, a healing shenanigan with the Pokemon, and allowing Earthworm to just live a lot of hits. It's very, very cool, and I think it's a very impressive Pokemon that has a pretty decent potential in competitive Pokemon. It's a really cool and interesting idea, and honestly, I think this is what Flygon really needed ever since its conception. Again, I really love this design. I really love everything about it, and from even just the brief sketches that we've done for this Pokemon to its final design. Honestly, if this was a real life Pokemon, this would probably be one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Honestly, I think this is my favorite Fakemon Pokemon that I've ever seen ever. I don't think anybody would probably ever think of making a Mega Flygon like this. And I'm very glad that Professor Maple was the one that was in charge of making the design. So shout out to Professor Maple, my editor, for making this design. And I'm just the guy that did the stats and read the Pokedex entry that I made real quick. That is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Tell me what Mega Evolution should we do next. And by the very end of this Mega series, you'll be having one big massive video. One huge video covering every single Mega form in either a little more detail, if I've ever missed anything that I should have added in one of the Mega Evolution videos, or, if you want to just watch the full series in one big video. Like and subscribe. Don't forget drugs are back if you go on. Pray make sure hot, little smooch. Mwah! I'll see you guys in the next one. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go drink some H2O because I am dry as the desert. Get it? Desert? Flygon? Ground typing? It's funny! I'm being silly, right? You guys should laugh.